go.
Brr.
Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as the Blowaway
Hey,
Picker.
blown away
I'm gonna get
picker.
blown away here pretty soon. No,
Blown
we're,
away.
we're expecting thunderstorms here in a few minutes, so just in case, you might see me flying through the sky. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's cold this morning. It's like 61 degrees. Well, how you doing?
I'm fine.
That's good.
Jenny got like the worst case of vertigo ever.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
took
I
her
did
to the
I
vet.
guess I didn't associate, I don't associate vertigo with dogs, but I guess it could they have ears and so
Yeah, what did he call it? It wasn't. It's something like that vernicular disease, something like that.
vestibular.
Is that it? I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he said there's no known cause other than if she had a bad ear infection and they checked her for that and it wasn't that. So
Huh.
he said just every so often, just totally at random, a dog will get it.
Yeah.
And it's creepy because their heads shake and they stumble and
Hmm.
her eyes just jerk left, right, left, right, left, right, almost
Wow.
constantly. She looks like she's possessed by a demon.
Uh-oh.
So, but I think she's slightly better this morning.
Yeah.
He said the only thing we can do for it is give her some motion sickness pills and send you home.
Wow.
He said, I expect it'll, if it's not better in 48 hours, to call us back. So
Yeah.
it's been about 17 hours.
Good morning, Tom. Thanks for coming in.
Tom's here?
Tom is here.
I'm trying to write a message to a customer I'm refunding.
Ah.
Their massager arrived broken. So
Uh-oh. Right.
frickin' snacking.
Mr. Sadie,
So
good morning.
Good morning. I got everything working now.
Good.
How are you doing?
Mr. Sadie was first. I'm doing all right. I don't know how long we'll be able to stay on because we're expecting a big thunderstorm coming through right now. So,
Okay.
but I figured, sometimes it turns into nothing. There's a little bit of rain.
Right.
And I ain't made of sugar and I ain't no witch. So I won't melt.
I'd like to get a little dog too.
I'm good. I'm good to go. But
Good morning, Hank. Good morning, Mr. Sadie.
what?
when's the last time you were on a morning show, Tom?
It's been a while. It's back. Last one I was on, Sally was doing it. I think.
Good morning, Val. This is Val.
Hey, Tex, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hank's going to the dentist. She says she hopes her bite analysis brings some. What do you call it? They figure everything out. That's what I'm trying to say. But
I
Hey, Craig.
got a call yesterday from CPAP supplier company. They said, we are out, and the machines have been trickling in, and we're getting them out in order of the doctor orders that we have gotten. So
Wow.
she said, you're at the bottom of the list now. I said, well, how long are we talking about? She said, well, I can't really tell you. And then I said, well, 2 or 3 years? She said, oh, no. She said, maybe 2 or 3 weeks is
I would
the way they've been.
call. I would call your doctor and let them know that, because they are expecting you to be on that machine very soon, and they might be able to. I know you're probably not in a hurry to get on it, but you probably need to get on it.
Yeah, I've lived 65 years without it. I'm like,
Yeah, but you're the, and I am too, where it can cause strokes and heart attacks and stuff like that at our age.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was told.
I would at least call the doctor and tell them it's probably going to be 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then if they think that you need it quicker than that, then they'll call the company and say you need to put him at the top of the list, and you need to get him his machine stat.
Yeah.
Either that, or you need to get a copy of your prescription and see who's got, go online and see who's got it online. CPAP stores. Now, we've just had a CPAP store open up down the road from us. And they don't, you bring them, it's like a pharmacy. You bring your prescription in and they set you up.
Yeah.
They're cheaper than the other people that were supposed to go, but it's the same product.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're getting a lesser product.
Right.
Yeah, but I agree, Valerie. You need to, Todd, you need to call and talk to your doctor.
Yeah. Morning, Mike and Bridget in the chat.
Hey,
wow.
Bridget.
Welcome back, Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
Yeah,
since my deductible's paid, it's basically going to be free, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you got Mr. Man or Miss Thing on you today.
This is Mr. Paul.
Mr. Man. Our male cat we refer to as Mr. Man.
So again, we got a big thunderstorm coming towards us. So I've been up since 5 o'clock.
Oh,
I woke up and Ringo was like right here on my head. As close as possibly could
tiara.
Yeah. So I don't know for how long I'm going to be able to be on. It's probably going to be here in about 10 minutes. So.
Craig, are you getting any of the weather from the hurricane?
Probably. Yeah. Like a little. I mean, it doesn't show that we're supposed to get anything within the next couple of days, but I figure it'd be the next couple of days after that.
Yeah. Sally, he said Craig.
Oh, I thought you said me.
No. I said Craig. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Let me make sure the volume is turned up on these bad boys.
I was.
Sorry.
I was watching something on the news. Oh no, it wasn't the news. It was a guy on YouTube who's talking about he lives up in your neck of the woods down West Valley, and he's like the population is like 12,000 during the summer, and then it goes down to like 540 during the winter.
Oh yeah, that's how it is here too. Like you drive along the highway, which goes all the way through town, and there's all these little little condos and stuff on the
Right.
lake, and in the wintertime they're all empty. All those condos are empty, and in the summertime they're all full.
Well, it's like way Myrtle Beach was back in the day. Myrtle Beach closed right after Labor Day,
Yeah,
and it opened back up Memorial
That-
Day.
that's pretty much here too. Like Labor Day is when everybody goes home.
And now it's open year round because we have all the golfers, and we have so many people live down here now. All these northerners have moved south. Our cold weather down here is, still barefoot weather for you people.
Yeah.
Todd, you looking forward to your trip?
Well, I just saw a new, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. Saw a news report yesterday that said the European Union was thinking about closing travel from the U.S.
Yeah, we're not on their safe
Except
list
for-
anymore.
except for essential, but that they were probably going to leave it up to individual countries if they wanted to go ahead and allow people, and that may come with attachments like you got to show proof of vaccination or proof of quarantine or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that vaccination don't mean squat anymore, because we know of 2 people that's been vaccinated, and they both have COVID.
Well, you can get COVID with the vaccination.
Well, I mean, they've got all the symptoms and everything.
Yeah.
They're just not carriers, but they actually have all the symptoms and everything.
Yeah.
I thought originally the vaccination would keep you from getting COVID, but I guess not.
No, the whole thing was, let's everybody bring their kitty on. No, it was more basically your symptoms, and your symptoms weren't going to be as severe. So it's basically just to, lessen the symptoms, or the effect of the symptoms, I guess you could say.
Well, then why would a country require you to have it to come into their country? That doesn't make any.
I don't
You're
know.
not going to be less contagious with the shot, I guess.
Nope. I don't know.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Really make
and the cruise lines are requiring you to be vaccinated now. Before they were going to do where you couldn't leave the ship unless you had proof of vaccination. So they've changed that to where they're going to require you to have vaccinations before you can go on the ship.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That article went on to say that European travel to America has been restricted since March 2020.
Yeah.
That we never lifted the ban on them coming here. So I was like, what?
Yeah, I follow. It's some Disney World people, Disney people, and they haven't been over here since 2019, and they're losing their mind because they haven't had their bit of Disney.
I'm so tired of COVID.
Well, you know what? I think it's going to be here to stay. Until everybody has gotten it and it's in their system, and it's just like the flu.
Yep. Good morning, Julie.
Crazy.
Hi, Julie.
That's your Julie, right?
Yep, that's my Julie.
Them grandkids are getting big.
They are getting big. I miss them so much.
I didn't remember. Did Tristan Graham have the vaccination?
I haven't heard
I don't know.
if either one of them did.
No, get down.
I don't know for sure.
They might.
I thought, and this is just speculation, this is not absolute positive, but I thought they were anti-vax. But I could be wrong.
I was too, but you know what? Roberta didn't get it. She didn't get it until her doctor, her liver transplant doctor, said, "I have studied the makeup of them. I've studied the results of them. Go ahead and take it."
Mm.
But until he said it was safe to take it, we weren't going to take it.
Yeah.
Because Roberta used to be in research. She used to do data processing for the data management, not processing, management for research. And it would take years for a vaccine to come out. So,
Well, they say that the reason why that is because they basically just put this one through. Like they did let a lot of things, that usually would have to take years to figure out, about the vaccine and research about it. They pretty much let it just go through. But that has a lot to do with, the way that some people react to the vaccine.
Right.
And, and stuff like that. And which of course is sad for a lot of people because they died because their body didn't, it was something that they were allergic to or had a reaction to. And that was the cost of it, basically.
And the older you get, you can change how you react to stuff. The last time I got a shingles vaccination, man, I felt terrible, after that. And up until that point, I had never had any problems with it. So the doctor said, it's just because you're getting old. That's my doctor. She's like, no, I can't talk to women like I talk to you guys because they'll cry. Y'all walk out the door, you forgot what I've told you, so it don't matter. But I don't know whether she had the shot or not.
Yeah.
I know Scott's real anti-vax.
Yeah.
But I don't. Am I concerned not for the microchip that they have implanted in you with the vaccination?
Yeah.
It's just that what they've got in it. That's what I was concerned about.
Right.
So.
Yes, Bridget, I am cold. It's chilly here this morning.
Yeah.
And kind of anxious because I got this thunderstorm popping up. And look who's here.
Are you in a closet?
Yeah.
Valerie's in the closet.
Hi, Lori.
Good morning, Amelia. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning.
We got everybody showing up this morning.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now, Roberta has to be at the office on Tuesday, so I'll be able to be in until I move my office. I'm getting ready to move my office to the room that we never used. And it's called a living room.
Yep.
So I'm going to bring the sofa and the chairs that's out there and bring them out here and bring them out here to the sunroom. And I'm going to move all my crap up to the living room.
That'll be good.
Yep.
because I'm afraid that she's going to be back all the time. And I'm not afraid that she's going to be here at the house. I'm just afraid that they're going to just shut everything down again because of this variant and come back to which is fine. I hope she does, because you know what? It saves a lot of hassle going for her to go to the office when it doesn't matter where she's at.
Their pets for show today, huh?
I guess so.
It's bring your pet to work day.
Ringo, say hi.
Oh, mine's left. She's moved on.
Ringo's like, hi. I'm so nervous.
What's the temperature there, Valerie?
It's 60, 61, 62.
Okay, well, my house is 66.
Wow.
No, you're not too much cooler than the inside of my house.
Oh my good! I could never survive. My thermostat says it's 74, and sometimes I can just barely handle that.
I'm old and fat. I have to have cool weather.
Well, I'm not old yet, and I'm not even gonna say I'm not fat because I'm still fat. But anyway.
No, you're not.
Anyway.
Y'all are wasting away.
Tomorrow is my birthday.
I know.
Happy birthday.
Tomorrow's
Happy
my
birthday if I don't see you.
You'll be what? 40?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
we know she's a wild child. I mean, I know that her girls are like in their late 20s, so
I'm
Valerie was a wild
slowly
child.
catching up to Sally.
I'm in my late 20s. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, I said, me?
You're my favorite person ever.
No, well, I said Julie and Tina. I think are in their late 20s.
No, they are not.
Are they not?
They are not.
Are they younger?
No.
Older.
Damn, how old are you, Valerie?
Oh, man.
Todd, I believe she's been holding out on us. I think she's part of our club.
Yeah.
So my oldest is Tina. She is 34. And my youngest is 32. Julie is 32. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I was having kids at 10. Thank you very much.
Craig says age is just a number. You're right. But you know what? In your head, you think you're 19 and your body's saying
90.
Why are we getting out of bed this morning?
Yeah.
My body's saying, sit down, dumbass. You're too old.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been feeling it. I've been working like a dog on the house.
What have you been doing?
Well, we redid the living room, and then Teresa decided, well, I want the kitchen walls redone. So it's been stripping all the old stuff down, putting up in painting, and oh Lord. And then I got backsplash that I've been putting up on behind the stove and on the other sink wall, and it's turning into Coca-Cola kitchen. Let's put it that way. It'll be red and white, and she collects Coca-Cola stuff. So
awesome.
The next time she says, I want such and such, say, well, I want $100 million. I don't think either one of us is going to get what we want.
No, I'm pretty wore. I'm wore out. Plus, with the air conditioner not fixed, I've been working in the evenings and it's cooler. Yeah. So it's supposed to be getting cooler here in a few weeks. So hopefully it'll get better over there. But I go over there to pack up my solds, and I'll go over there, and I come when I'm done. I got a fan over there, but it's hot. Yeah. It's like come out of there drenched, look like I just stepped out of the shower. Yeah, it's like God, I can't do this very long. So, but I'm keeping it cool over here. I bought another portable, and we got a window air conditioner, and we do have someone going to put a new unit in. It's just that he was sick all last week, and so that had to be put on hold. By the time he gets it put in, it'll be time for the furnace. But oh well, at least we'll have it for next year.
That's right. That's right.
it's pleasant to hear in the morning, but then by 3 o'clock, it's hell again. It's 90 something degrees.
It's the humidity. It's so thick. It's like, oh my God, you walk out and it just takes your breath. So.
And an afternoon rainstorm, all it takes is like a 2-minute afternoon rainstorm, and the sun comes back out, and then the humidity runs up to about 500%.
What's your cat's name again, Sally?
Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Such an odd name for.
I don't remember what cartoon that's from, but hi, I'm Paul.
Well, there's that movie about the alien that's Paul.
Yeah.
But he's named after Paul Bunyan because they found him at the top of a pine tree.
Oh.
The firefighters had to go up and get him.
He looks just like Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Very quick.
He's got a green eye and a blue eye.
He's a big cat too, just like Jersey is.
Jersey. Yeah, he's like.
Hence the name Jersey. He looks like a cow.
He's like almost about 15 pounds.
Oh, I'd say Jersey weighs about that much too. He's huge.
15, 20.
Look at Mike's comment, Sally. You talked about the tree up in the top of the cat up in the top of a tree. Years ago, up at my mother-in-law's house, one of her cats went up the top of a tree, and she was just so concerned about that tree. But there was other trees around that tree. And so she tells her younger brother, Roberta's uncle, that she wants him to take his tree stand. It's one of the climbing ones. Mm-hmm. If y'all are hunters, the ones that are hunters know what I'm talking about. So he goes out there and he hooks it up around the tree, and he gets to where he can just about reach that damn cat. And the cat jumps to another tree, and then runs down the tree and runs back up to the house.
Oh my God.
It must have taken him, Lord, 45 minutes to get up to where the cat originally was, and then it was going to take another 30 minutes to come down it.
And that cat probably made it down in 2 minutes.
He did. He was like bam, 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 and he was on the ground in the house eating out of the cow.
We had a lady over, a neighbor, her cat is an indoor cat. Well, it got out and went up the tree, and it was up there like all night long, would not come down. So the one neighbor said, I'll get it down. And he went and got his hose and squirted that cat down. That cat come. She's like, why did I think of that?
This cat doesn't like water either. Like
most don't.
Squirt bottle. I have a squirt bottle, and he gets close to the door when I'm trying to go out. He wants to go out. And I'm like, you ain't going out. You get all crazy and start climbing trees and stuff, and you're not getting out.
Or one neighbor puts her cat on a leash.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people down the street that have the harnesses, for cats. And they come walking down the street with two cats on one, together. And then they have a dog, and they're walking them down the aisle. The cats are just like they have a good sense out there.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make much sense to put him on a leash or anything if he's not going to go outside.
Right.
But because I don't really want to take him outside. He's got plenty of stuff to mess with, and I do have the screen door closed and the door open sometimes, so he can see out, and stuff. But he's very curious. He's a very curious cat, and you can tell he's a hunter. And last night he found this. I had hid this toy. It was a mouse toy, but it's like bright orange, so you can't mistake it for a real mouse or anything. But I hid it because I'm like, I don't need no mice around. I don't need any fake mice. And he found this fake mouse that he got from the shelter, and was playing with it, and he had it underneath the kitchen table, and he was going in and under and over these kitchen chair legs and the rods that go across. He was going going always, around these kitchen chairs, batting at this mouse. So he's got potential. and I haven't seen or heard anything since he's been here. So I'm thinking that he's deterring a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, just Pamela. How are you been? Excuse me, Sally.
You're all right.
That's
I haven't seen you in a long time. I haven't done a show in a long time either. Sally, you need to get him one of the next time you're at the pet store. Get him one of the fish. Maybe Roberta got it on Amazon. It's a fish you put a battery in.
Oh.
And when you bump it, it starts flapping around.
Yeah, I've seen
Oh my
those.
God.
We've got 2 of them. Our cats love them. The only thing I don't like about it is if you go through the house in the middle of the night, like to get a glass of water, and you bump one of those suckers with your foot, and it starts.
That's like make me have a heart attack.
So, Valerie, it's your show. What do you want to talk about? We've kind of hijacked it. With the
No, you're fine. I'm just listening to the rain and trying to keep Ringo. His heart's beating.
You don't like storms?
And
Did you give him a CBD?
no, I didn't give him any of that this morning. It'll be fine. It's just a little. It's a little red patch, and we're almost through it. So
Yeah.
the winds are blowing and everything. But, oh
What
my
the hell?
gosh!
Either the cat just got
called.
into claw, or
Yeah.
Sally had. She felt the spirit.
He just used my back to climb up into the chair.
Oh my gosh!
He
You
said,
need to get the little things
I
that
didn't
cover
mean to scare you
balls.
guys.
Get them little
You're
things
not
that
supposed
cover
to
their
do that.
balls.
I thought
You're not
Sally
supposed to do that.
felt the spirit there for a second.
Yeah, she's gonna start talking in tongues, all right, but
That's right.
Oh my God.
Lord have mercy. You people with your cats. Dang, he's a big old pussy cat.
Long he is.
Yeah.
it is. That's
And he's not even stretched out yet.
Yeah.
He probably gets our cat will get
Yeah,
up
like
on
if
the
I
bed.
go like this, he puts his arms all the way above his head and leans back and stretches out.
Lord.
What about
Kitty cat.
sales? Anybody get any sales yesterday?
I didn't get shit.
I got
Wow.
I got one. I got one yesterday, but they haven't paid yet. So
Oh,
I got 4 Macari and 2 eBay.
nice.
I got 2
job.
eBay.
But they're doing pretty good with Macari. I'm really liking that platform, and how quick you can list with it. So
I think Todd's got 3.
3.
At 3.
I got 3. But I can't say 3 because y'all are talking too much for me to
Oh,
get a word in
sorry.
edgewise.
You got to get aggressive. Get aggressive.
what'd you get,
Get
sister?
aggressive.
52?
No,
Sure,
11.
Tom.
How many?
11.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
When I think cheerleader, I do not think of Tom.
Ah,
Oh, Lord
That's
have
okay.
mercy.
Wow. Mike sold a stupid music box for $255.
nice.
That's cool.
That's good.
No, I sold $300 worth of crap on yesterday on Facebook Marketplace,
Oh, good.
Nice. That's good.
and that was crap I did not want to have to pack.
And a pair of stupid lamps, he says.
Still got good price on it.
It sounds like you selling all kinds of stupid shit, Mike.
Everything's stupid, huh?
Stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And Todd's keeping account of how many times Tom puts his cat down.
Well, she's okay. She misses Roberta because, like I've said before, Roberta's desk is right there behind, and her monitor backs up against my monitor.
Right.
And Roxy goes over there and lays between the monitor and her keyboard and she will lay there all day long.
Oh my gosh.
So she misses her mom. You know, honestly, not so much.
Mike, I would be drunk on my butt if we did that already.
Hey, I just don't. She pushes my keyboard and stuff like that, and I have enough problem typing as it is. I saw Jim and Tara in here somewhere.
Yeah, they were in here. They were in here. I seen them pop in for a minute.
Drink every time Tom moves the cat. That's a good idea.
That would be an interesting game. We'd all be drunk.
Yeah. Speaking of drunk,
Speaking of drunk,
somebody.
Speaking of drunk,
I think it was Dusty that did a show. Maybe it was a New Year's. It was a special occasion.
yeah.
And they drank and they drank and they drank and people started disappearing, and I think that video stayed up for about a day and it disappeared.
Yeah.
That was a crazy one.
So what y'all got on the books for today?
I'm still moving units, shelves. I got one completely up, so 11 more to go.
Where are you moving your shelves to?
I have to bring everything back home because I have a mold issue, a mildew issue on my wooden shelves.
From being in those storage units?
Huh?
From being in the storage units?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm bringing everything back home. Getting everything washed down, cleaned up, wood replaced, and yeah. It sucks.
Well, you got 2 bedrooms?
I have 3.
We'll make one of them the product room.
The what?
The product room.
Inventory.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
I'm talking about the stuff you got listed.
Yeah, but you can't just do one.
Huh?
You can't just do one room.
She can't just do one. She has to have one for stuff she's got listed and one for the stuff that she's got to list.
No, she's got to have more than one inventory room because she's got so much inventory.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, listed inventory.
Okay.
Right.
She's getting ready for winter. You know, she's got to have a lot of stuff.
I am getting ready for winter, but I'm having a yard sale this weekend, and I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff that has just kind of been hanging out. Getting rid of a lot of that. So it's going to be a pretty big yard sale because I have a lot of stuff.
A lot of clothes, just a lot of stuff in general.
A lot of stuff in general. I mean, the clothes, that's going to be my main focus is the clothing. Because I can get it so cheap and I can sell it. And I mean, that's what I sell the majority of anyway. So that's my main focus. So clothing, I will not be getting rid of, but all the other stuff, that's all going to be gone.
The last yard sale I had a lot of clothes, and I had them tried. I had men's clothes on this table, boys' clothes on this table, girls' clothes on this table, women's clothes on this table. And this woman said, "You don't have them sized?" And I'm like, "Look, ma'am, I've washed all of this stuff. It's all clean. What more do you want? Look at the daggum tag in them." Because I did make sure there was a tag in every one of them because I had a bunch of stuff that people kept the tags out of. And I said, "What more do you want?" And she said, "Well, it'll just make it easier." And this African-American lady came up there and she said, "I'll give you $100 for all the women's clothes." And I'm like,
There you go.
And the other lady said, "Well, I was looking through them," and I said, "You
You
snooze,
should have
you
made an offer, honey.
Yep.
My,
Yeah, I'm selling cheap, so I just want things to get out of here. I don't have the room, and so I just yeah, it's just got to happen. And if
my
it
cousin
doesn't,
brought
if
up
it
doing a lot of
doesn't
advertising.
sell, it's going to the thrift store. It's going to be donated
That's what
because
I did.
I just do not have. I don't have the room for it.
I did
Yeah,
that.
Mr. Sadie, Valerie needs an intervention.
I did that in the spring.
There's a lot of people in this group of friends, reseller friends, that needs an intervention.
Well, I guess in a sense, I mean, I think I realized that I probably, I don't really need anything right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
We were watching. Roberta likes hoarders, so she had hoarders going on in the den. And I happened to pass through the room, and there was all this new stuff in boxes, appliances and little appliances and stuff like that. I said, "Boy, you could wipe that out, wipe it off real good and list that on eBay." And she said, "Shut up, no." I said,
Not what she wanted to hear.
"Yeah." She's like, "Is that what all of you people say?" It's like, "Oh my God, clean that up. You could sell it." I said, "Yeah."
Yep, I do the same thing when I watch that show. It's like, hey, that would make some money.
Yeah.
I feel for those people, but I just cannot imagine. Could not imagine having all that stuff that some of these people, where you've got about this much room to get down to from one room to the other. I just couldn't do. I would have
sad is all the trash. That's what's sad is all the trash or cans and bottles.
Yeah,
I've seen on that show like rooms full of cans.
Yeah,
because they were collecting them because they wanted to get the money from them, I'm sure, but then they didn't. For some reason, they didn't have the incentive to take them back.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where the woman had like $400 worth of aluminum cans?
That's probably the one.
And then she had bottles that had 4 cents or 3 cents deposit on them. She had another couple hundred in bottles that she had. They took back and got her the money for.
Wow.
It makes you wonder what clicks in their brain to make them like that. What, where they save every piece of paper, every little thing that comes into that door never leaves. It's like what causes that?
Well,
I don't know. A lot of people would say I'm a hoarder.
You're an organized hoarder.
Yeah,
well,
organized
to an
hoarder.
extent.
I can't even call myself that. I'm because I'm not organized at all. But I don't feel like I'm a hoarder. If somebody came in here and said, "I'll give you $100 for all this stuff," I'd be like, "Okay."
Start all over again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I would think it, as an opportunity.
I paid $5 for a storage unit one time because there was a couple of nice lawn chairs. Those collectible ones, like camping chairs. There was a couple of nice ones in it. I bid $5. Then there was boxes, about 4 or 5 boxes. I got it for $5. All those boxes, there's 4 or 5 boxes. Let's see, one of them had some odds and end houseware stuff. The rest of them were unpaid bills.
Oh
my gosh.
If you're not going to pay them, just go ahead and throw them in the trash. Why
pass? Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Sadie says, I cleaned out a hoarder house once thinking there would be tons of treasure, but everything worth selling was ruined if it was
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a mobile home down at the bottom of the hill that they asked me to take a look at, see if I wanted to go through it, clean it out. And I walked in there and I'm like, nope, even I'm not tackling this thing. It was floor to ceiling junk in one room. You couldn't even hardly open the door.
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
gosh.
it had gotten wet, so it was the whole front part of the house was moldy. I'm like, nope, not
Oh,
doing it.
that's
Not worth
awful.
my health risk. Ain't doing it. So I said, y'all just need to take that over there to the burn pile and set it ablaze. I said, that's not even. The whole front of the floor was dropped out of it, because
Oh,
had a big bay window in the front. It was a single wide mobile home with a bay window,
yeah.
and the window got broke out, and they never
Oh,
fixed it. So all that rain would come from that, and
oh
just
my
it.
God.
Jeez.
And made
I
everything wet and
Yeah, and that permeates through the house. Mold just grows and grows and grows,
Right.
oh
and
yeah.
they just left it. The previous owners just left it. They didn't. They had, and what's sad, it was all this stuff that you could have resold because it was all still in boxes because this lady was a hoarder, and it was just totally ruined. So, and all that moisture from all that happening just kind of worked its way through the house, and everything was just disgusting. I'm like, I'd probably fall through the floor if I take another step. I said, I ain't doing it. I said,
What?
burn it.
One of my friends called me, wanted me to go with him to his friend's house or his friend's aunt's house because she had passed away and 6 months ago, and he wanted me to see if there was anything I wanted to buy out of it. So we went over to it, and everything was neat. Everything was dusted. I found out later on that once a year she moved everything. She'd take like the living room, she'd move everything to the living room, vacuum and clean up real good, and then wipe everything down before she stacked it back up. And it was from the floor to the ceiling. And there's probably about a 3-foot hallway down through all the stuff.
Wow.
And I said, I'm just kind of overwhelmed with all the stuff that's in here. And there was furniture and all this kind of stuff. So everything was in good shape. It was just so much of it. So they were wanting to sell it all.
Yeah.
The whole interior of the house. Give them a price, and they wanted to buy it all. Sell it all. And I that's more than I can handle. Roberta would divorce me. My rags would be in a Walmart bag sitting on the doorstep if I started bringing that stuff home. And they ended up selling it for like $65,000 to somebody. And because there was a bunch of antique pieces in there. I'm sure they were hoping there was more antique furniture under all the crap. But she was an organized hoarder. She had stuff from. It wasn't if she had some stuff from in Woolworth bags, and I think it was A.W. Cook, which were old department stores, probably before Sally and Lori were born.
What was it called?
One of them was, I think it was A.W. Cook.
Nope, never heard of it.
And it was maybe it was a Southern thing, but it was a good sized department store.
Oh.
And she had stuff in bags that was 40 years old, that is still in the box.
I love stuff like that as long as it's not gross.
Yeah.
You
well,
know?
like I said, everything was nice and neat and organized and stacked. All the clothes she washed all the clothes.
Oh my God.
And folded them back up neatly and put them in bags. And it was amazing.
That is so crazy that she would do all that work just to keep it. I mean, really, people like that are historians, I think. When they're, organized like that and stuff, they love the history of it. And so they, it becomes something that they want to preserve.
A lot of people say it has something to do with, maybe at a time in their life they didn't have anything.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, my grandmother Woodbury, my mom's mom, she didn't have a bunch. She lived with my aunt, so she had like a dresser, and that dresser was full of clothes she had been given over the years. And every once in a while, she said, "Let me show you something I found." And so we were, when we were visiting down there, so we'd go over. I'd go back to her bedroom with her, and she'd start pulling open the drawers, and she'd start taking everything out real gently and setting it up on. She said, "My grandmother, I mean, your great grandmother gave me this for my 19th birthday."
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, Grandma was about 78 years old. It still had a little price tag on it. It was full.
Oh my God.
Why didn't you wear that stuff, Grandma? Well, I just never had a place to wear it to.
Oh my God.
And she said, and then I would get stuff like, she must, the older women used to wear them, the aprons that were like, had the wide straps on them in the pockets, and they went all the way around them, and there were always some garish, flowery color stuff like that.
Those are a great money.
She must have had 50 of those things.
Mm-hmm.
She wore one until she had one for Christmas and she had one for special occasions, but she wore her everyday one till it wore out, and then she would go to another one. Well, by that time, she's been given 2 or 3 more. So, I mean, she wasn't a hoarder as per se, like, where there was stuff everywhere else, but she did not get rid of stuff.
I feel like that's kind of how my mom was.
Oh yeah.
But she, she did.
My mom was
kind of like an unhealthy, so
she was a collector.
That's right. Y'all had the same mother. But sisters from different fathers.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was he was a saver, and he redid 2 rooms. We call it the Naughty Pine because he took pallets apart and framed up and made the walls for it. It's really neat. It's where I got like my guitars are all hung on that wall and all that. Well, anyway, all those nails he pulled out, he would painstakingly straighten each and every nail and save them.
Wow.
And he would reuse them.
Yeah.
And we cleaned out the shop when after I took over this place and was going to turn the shop into Lacey's bedroom. He had all these metal Folgers coffee cans full of nails where he had straightened them out. And I took them and scrapped them because I wasn't going to use them. They rusted over the years,
Right.
But there was probably 40 pounds of cans of nails. So where he had straightened them all out. Every time he got a piece of wood or, a pallet or something, he would reuse the nails.
But you know what? Like, I mean, nowadays you go into a place to buy nails and it's going to be expensive, more
that's
expensive
what he
than
said.
men.
Yeah.
And, what if you don't have money to buy nails?
Yeah.
He
said
can
they're
always
still
use them
good.
if you have to.
He said they're still good. Why should I throw them away when I got time to sit here and do that? So he'd sit there and straighten them nails out. He had a little brick and his little hammer, and he'd sit there and straighten them out.
Yeah.
You can hear him out there tap 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 tap. Drinking his beer, straightening out his nails as he knew he'd use them again.
Mr. Sadie, you have to take his parents had junk rooms, and you have to take control of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Back when I was in high school, one of my buddies that I hung around with, his grandparents were moving from their farm to in the city, and I said, "Mr. Anderson, what are you bringing from the house?" Because they had a big farmhouse. He said, I am bringing my boots, my drawers, underwear, and that's it." And he said, "I've already told Mama that I don't want an antique in the house." That's his wife. "I don't want an antique in the house. I grew up on antiques. I want something new." So they were having a whole house full of, like, 3-bedroom house, all new furniture. But he's like, "I don't know what she's talking about bringing. I hear she's going to have 4 because they had a big working farm. He said, I think I've heard that she's got 4 of the guys lined up to start bringing stuff over. But I told her I don't anything that's not like an heirloom, like old family photos or stuff like that. He said I don't want it in the house. It can stay at the other house because his daughter was going to move into it. But he said I grew up on antiques. I don't want any more.
Yeah.
That's like when Lacey got her apartment. She didn't want to take any when her and Corey split up. She didn't want to take nothing except for her clothes and a few things that that were for memories for her. But she took no furniture. She bought all new furniture. She said, I want except for one chair she got from the thrift shop for her little reading nook, and
Right.
And she just like, this is my space now. Everything's mine, Yeah. It's all new and clean, and she loves it.
My son Vanya, his best friend, just got his first apartment, and the boy has had nothing, nothing. So I said, "What's he going to do?" And he said, Vanya said he's going to sleep on the sleeping bag on the floor. I said, "Does he have any furniture?" Nah. He just wants his own place and get away from his parents. And I said, okay, well, back your car up here to the house and let's see what we can find for him. So I sent him home with 2 dining room chairs. So at least he'd have something to sit in. An old desk, a bunch of dishes and stuff like that. Because Vanya says I said, does he need dishes? He said, Daddy, he doesn't have either. So I sent him a carload of crap from here, out of stuff I got out of storage rooms.
Awesome.
That's nice of you.
And
I
he
like doing
messaged
that.
me later, and he said, thank you. Oh, I sent him a bed frame, too. I said, he'll have to go get a mattress. And he can go down to Big Lots and get a cheap one. It'd be better than sleeping on the floor. But I thought, when did he decide he was going to move out? Oh, about 2 months ago.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
you would think you would think he would have started doing stuff like let's at least go to Walmart, pick up a 4-place setting of dishes so I'll have something to eat off of.
yeah.
Well, remember when you were a kid, like you were a 19, 20-year-old? I mean, you probably didn't most people didn't. I didn't do it. I was living for today. I didn't, tomorrow may never come.
Yeah, but when you're planning your escape, you kind of need to. See, I don't know because I went from my mama's house to the first Mrs. Tom Hux's house,
Right.
And when we got married, we got so much crap. I'm still finding crap around here that we had. But I did. I said, now if he needs anything else before he goes out and buys it, let me know.
Yep. Mr. Sadie said, update, they had to turn Dusty's oxygen back up to 90%. He won't take any anxiety meds. Poor guy. Well, I can understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe something knocked the edge off a little bit as far as
definitely, because your anxiety can make your breathing a little bit worse.
Right, rapid.
He'll be all right. He's just gotta come out of this.
Yeah,
gotta work his way out of it and get better. And
Mr. Sadie, how is Gabe doing? I think he had it too, or was sick anyway.
Yeah,
see, that's what gets me is that boy's by himself. I know he's 19 years old and he's not.
I am sure he's not by himself.
Well,
yeah, because he's got
Windsor lives there, his sister.
Yeah,
but I don't think any of his uncles and aunts live nearby.
I think his doesn't Tristan's dad still live there?
No, he lives in Birmingham.
Yeah, he lives in Birmingham.
Oh my God. I know that he lives I know Tristan's father lives in Birmingham. I can't even remember where Craig lives, and I talk to him on a regular basis.
Well, I knew he lived, close though. So I'm sure he's not by
I
himself.
don't think he's alone.
Well, you know what I mean.
And I bet that there's family that have came in and, is trying, I'm sure there's.
I'm sure he's being taken care of, but
I think Dusty has
a brother and a sister.
maybe a brother or two, or a sister or two, or both. He's got some family, and then
Tristan's an only child.
Kristen is the only child, but I'm sure she's got, she probably got aunts or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim and Tara says I heard he was staying with his sister.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't really see that happening, that he was there by himself alone. I don't think that, people would let that happen.
Right.
Um,
I was under the impression that he was showing signs of COVID too. So people don't,
well,
anyway, that's just my thoughts. I know all of y'all think I am, pardon my French, a big old asshole, but I do feel bad about people,
Yeah. Hi, Nashana.
No. Good morning, Nashana. Yeah, you made it just in time. We're going to be cutting off here in a few minutes. Well, it sounds like the worst of the thunderstorm is over, so that's
good.
I mean, it's still thundering and lightning probably, but
yeah,
they were saying, damage to roofs and buildings, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I do have to go out and check my fence just to make sure it's still standing now.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
How are you liking your car, Valerie?
I love it.
You going to drive to North Carolina next time you come down?
Hell no.
Or over. Excuse me. You would be over.
Hell no. I'm going to be coming over there in a couple weeks, actually.
Are you?
Yeah. I think I leave on the 17th.
We need to do dinner then. Lunch, something.
And I'll be there for a couple weeks.
If they have
Amelia's getting it.
And that will be it.
Amelia's getting your storm now, Valerie.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, Mr. Sadie. I'm glad that Scott's texting you and letting you know what's going on with him.
Good. Valerie, we are on a mandatory mask in Mecklenburg County now.
Okay.
I think they live in Iredell, don't they?
They do live in Iredell.
Yeah. But we're on a mandatory mask, back to mandatory mask in public.
Yeah.
You can take your mask off to eat if you go to a restaurant.
Right.
But you have to have your mask.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of places that are.
Mm-hmm.
I think California was kind of leaning towards that right before I left.
Right.
But yeah, I always got a mask with me, and if that's what they want, then I'm not gonna say I refuse, but like I don't like to wear a mask if I'm outside.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around or something. I understand enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
I get that. But I don't want to wear a mask when I'm outside.
Well, it's only in buildings.
Okay.
Only in buildings.
Yeah.
I went into a Publix yesterday, and I wasn't thinking. I just parked and ran inside Publix, and the girl at the customer service said, "I'm sorry, sir, you have to have a mask on." And I'm like, I'm not walking back out to my car through that 100-degree parking lot to get a freaking mask.
No.
I'll get you the next time.
Well, usually they provide them.
She said, "Oh, we've got one right here." And she pulled one out and gave me one of the little disposable ones.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I had to park at the end of the parking lot anyway, which is not a big parking lot. And my fat ass needs to be doing some walking in here. But I just was not going to walk all the way back out to my car to get a mask and then turn around and come back. I mean, I just wasn't.
Yeah. I You know, you can tell when somebody forgets their mask in their car.
Yeah.
It's the old back to the car walk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back to the car because I forgot my dang mask.
I'm just,
Darn it.
They just got this pistol face.
I'm just, just call me old and cantankerous. I just ain't going to do it. I got plenty of food. It was just, I wanted some chocolate cake.
There you go. Oh, that sounds good.
Damn it.
That sounds real good.
Have you ever had been someplace or was doing something or just at home, and then all of a sudden you've got to have something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it was with that chocolate cake.
Yeah.
And they have good food there. Now, mind you, I could have driven 2 blocks down the road and there was a Krispy Kreme and I could have got some donuts. That's how bad I wanted chocolate cake was because I passed up Krispy Kreme.
Right.
And I have been trying to stay off of all that extra sugar and sweet and stuff like that. But yesterday it was bad.
Well, sometimes you got to live a little.
Yeah.
It's not every single day.
I don't know. I know a couple of women that I don't know how they survive what they're eating. Todd knows 2 of them.
What are you talking about?
Gwen and Bridget on their diets.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't eat very much. That's called starvation for me.
Yeah.
Which I saw that picture of you and Gwen together, Todd, is real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep on. Look here. Look at there. Oh, he's turned away.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up because she's lost so much weight, and I'm like, I feel guilty.
Dude, you better start walking if y'all get to go to Ireland.
He's gonna run in circles around you.
Germany.
Yeah, I got back on the treadmill a few days ago and done a couple of workouts, and man, it hurts.
After you took the clothes that are on hangers hanging on the handrails off, and
yeah, it was
stacked onto it. You got to work out before you could ever get onto the treadmill.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of work to get all that crap off the treadmill.
That was a workout in itself, right?
Yeah, and then after I was done, I had to put some of it back because then I couldn't walk anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Have you put anything over in Gwen's office yet?
No,
He's banned from that room.
I'm afraid to even walk in there myself. I usually knock and say, "Honey, may I come in?"
She said, "No, if you got anything you want to put away, you go that other room."
For those that don't know, Todd's wife has a business, and she's retired from working, a teacher, and so she has confiscated one of the bedrooms and made it into her office, and it is so neat. Her desk is so nicely laid out, and she's got little motivational pictures in front of it. Everything is so neat.
Yeah, and then my eBay room looks like a bomb exploded.
I think that's what most people's eBay rooms look like. You threw a stick of dynamite in there and just
my eBay room looks like the Afghanistan airport that got bombed. Yeah.
And I honestly think the only way you could have one like that is if you were brand new, and people were saying, "Okay, right from the get-go, this is what you got to do. If you don't, you're going to get overwhelmed with all the crap you bring home." So it's 10:08.
Yep.
Thanks for the show.
Time to get moving. Time to get moving. Get some shipping done, and
good to have Tom on. Good to see some of the old folks
moved and all that good stuff. So I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Ta.
And have fun.
Top off.